you. There you
There
go.
we go.
Yes.
Recording is in progress.
All right, I
Thank
got
you.
it. It's
Yep.
happening.
We're all set.
Okay, that sounds great. Let's go ahead and get started then. Hopefully you've all had a chance to review the last month's meeting minutes, financial reports, membership reports, and so forth. I wanted to see if there's any questions or recommended changes. I just had one suggested change, and then I'll turn it over to the group. I do see Melva listed under both attendance and absent. So if we can adjust that. Other than that, I thought the minutes looked good. Are there any comments or questions in regards to the consent agenda? Hearing none, I move that we approve last month's with that one minor change.
Approve it.
Second.
Yes.
James?
Ginny,
Sec-
I second.
Yes.
And Ginny second, so thank you. What I'd like to do at this point then is to move to the director's corner. Lisa, you have a number of items you wanted to share, some highlights for us. So Lisa, I turn it over to you.
Well, thank you, Matthew. I just wanted to let everyone know that on June 9th, all of our branches participated in United Way's annual Day of Action. And that's where we submit to United Way our project requests, and they pair us with a business or entity that goes out and provides 6 hours of volunteer work. It's a chance for the business community to give back to the nonprofit world. And we had a wonderful group of folks from Children's Services, Summit County Children's Services. And what's interesting is we already have a partnership with them. And we got to chat with folks that we've previously only connected with via email. But our unique relationship with Summit County Children's Services is we have in place a memorandum of understanding where we allow court-appointed visitation to take place throughout our YMCA as a free service. So the person who coordinates the visitation was part of this volunteer group. So she was really happy to get to meet folks that she previously just had an email relationship with. So that's something I also wanted to share with the group. That's something that the Y does when there is court-appointed visitation. You know, at Kohl, we've opened up Child Watch, and where there's privacy, there's things for families to do, you know, so that people feel comfortable. But on Day of Action, we were able to utilize this group of volunteers, and we had between 10 and 12 folks, and they did the high dusting. They worked up on the fitness center. We got the carpets cleaned. We were able to get the exterior windows washed, and some detail work that our housekeeping crew doesn't normally attend to. And we fed them, we grilled out for them. Everybody comes together, staff and volunteers, for a noon meal, and we were able to show our gratitude. But there, if you happen to check social media that day, there were projects going on throughout our association, and, you know, including our camps. So it was pretty exciting to see. Also, I wanted to let you know that we kicked off camp we're serving Akron Public Schools in our YMCA. We've got a small group this first session in June. We're anticipating having 50 for part 2 in July. And the primary purpose of the camp this year is to deliver the life-saving program, which is drowning prevention, safety around water. It is a program where we provide not only the instruction, but the swimsuits and towels. And they're coming in for 3 hours, 4 days a week for this first session. With the bigger group in July, we're planning to have a Monday, Wednesday group and a Tuesday, Thursday group. So we can make sure we get in at least 6 lessons of safety around water. So if this is something that you'd like to witness, Matthew gets to see it firsthand, volunteering in the aquatics department. But this is open to any of you. If you'd like to see what safety around water is, please let me know. You're welcome to drop in and view this program in action. And we also, we look for other groups and organizations who would be at risk, who need to learn safety around water skills. I always tell people safety around water is a precursor to swim lessons. What do you do if you fall in a body of water? We want people to panic. How do you get to the side safely? How do you float? How do you tread water? Those sorts of things. And we would like people to go on into swim lessons. But we know with this program, and this is a free program. This is donor supported. It's grant supported. This is our mission work in action.
Mm-hmm.
So please feel free, connect with me. I'd love to show you what we do. What I would like to do when we reconvene in the fall is have Lakeisha Neal, who is our youth enrichment director. She is running the camps this summer, and I'd like her to report out on the successes that we've had. And Father Chris, what we like to do is have each of the directors visit throughout the year. So we'll be starting that process over. So you'll get to meet our property director, our youth enrichment director, our aquatics director, and so forth. And we like to give specialized reports. So it's not just me giving a summary, so that you have the opportunity to connect with our leadership team and they to all of you. We hired Robin Claco, or is it Claco, Ken? I haven't met her yet. Claco or Claco?
I've been going with Claco, but you've now inspired a lack of confidence in that, and I'll find out.
But we are excited that we have Robin in place. I look forward to meeting her tomorrow at Jill's leadership team meeting. We call that meeting lead. But she is a controller, and that is someone that is a step above accounting manager. She does have her CPA. I believe she's had that for 25, 30 years. So looking forward to.
I was going to say, she did get her CPA in the early 90s. She is a graduate with both a bachelor's and a master's from University of Akron. The bachelor's in accounting, her master's in tax or taxation, and has been serving in similar accounting leadership roles for over 25 years. Yeah,
that's exciting news for our accounting team and really all of us at the branches. I did include your packet. I know it's tiny, but I wanted you to have a copy of the strategic plan that's in place for the next 3 years. So 2023 through the end of 2025. And I wanted just to let you know what we'll be doing at the August board meeting. This is an in-person meeting. And I want to just really call it to your attention because it's going to look a little different than our typical meetings. Matthew mentioned that I'm covering a maternity leave. Haley Rail, the exec at Firestone Park, had a baby boy on June 4th. She will be home on leave through Labor Day weekend. So I'll be splitting my time. If you're looking for me on a Tuesday, Thursday, you'll find me at Firestone Park. And a Friday, I'll be wherever I'm needed. Monday, Wednesday will be my Kohl family days. But what we're going to be doing in August, please mark your calendar. So we have a great showing as we're going to combine board meetings. Each board will compromise somewhat. The joint meeting will be held at Kohl, so Firestone's going to come to us, but we're going to have the meeting at their typical time, which is 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. for the August meeting, which is August 15th at Kohl. Just familiarize yourselves with the strategic plan because we're gonna dive into it at that meeting and look for ways where we as boards can support that plan. As not everything is going to apply to each location, but you should be aware of what we're working on. But we're going to be looking for opportunities to really spell out how we can work on action steps that are listed in the strategic plan. So I'm looking forward to facilitating that meeting for the strategic planning portion. I'll work with Matthew and Dan Francis, who is the current Firestone Park chair, to how we'll conduct the business components of that meeting. But for the breakout portion, we'll be working on strategic planning, action step development. And then I wanted to let you know, our association golf outing is coming up on August 7th. I know Matthew's golfing with a group. That starts at noon, but I wanted to let folks know, this board has a tradition of attending the dinner portion of the evening. I plan to go. I wanted to just let everyone know that opportunity is there. If you're not a golfer, but you want to support the efforts, dinner's around 5-ish, and there are awards, but it's a great way to get out and support this event. So if you're interested in a $50 dinner ticket, you can email me and I'll put our order in with our Chief Development Officer, Brian Bidmeyer. Any questions for me?
That's a nice overview, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah, and while Ken's here, I just want to give him a shout out. For those who don't know, Ken is my direct supervisor, and I feel so blessed and fortunate to get to work with Ken. As Ken, first of all, Ken can do anything, absolutely anything. I haven't seen Ken not be able to do something in my time with the Y. And just Ken, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. This board appreciates it. And if you can join us in August for that joint meeting, we'd love to have you.
I do have it on my calendar. We'll see how things work out. Hopefully we can do that.
Okay. Back to you, Matthew.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Ken. Sorry I keep coughing here. I did want to highlight one item on Lisa's where she mentioned about the golf outing on August 7th. I have filled 2 of 4 slots. If someone is interested in participating and getting those additional 2 spots in our foursome, please let me know. If you can't fill a full foursome, I have 2 spots filled, and there are 2 more. If you'd like to purchase those, that would be great. The next item is action items. It says that there aren't any, but I do want to add, if you could, to the consent agenda, the one-on-one board executive discussions. And the material I sent out on Friday highlights some discussions we'd like to have with each of the board members over the next few months. We had one of these already. And that was with Bassie. It was very informative and insightful, as I mentioned. And in advance of those 1.5-hour meetings, which will be virtual, Lisa and I will set up a meeting one-on-one with each of you. I sent you some supporting material, specifically the board's leadership readiness assessment, which the last couple of questions will be more of our focus, and the board performance scorecard as reference. The other items there, which highlight things like the expectations of the advisory board, the strategic plan that Lisa already referenced, and the advisory board roster, so you're familiar with the entire board. We will use that as reference as we ask your insights as to how you feel our board is working, how to make it more effective in our meetings and our programs, committees, special events, etc. So all that's highlighted in the email. What we will do is we'll send a note out to each of you with some times available that Lisa and I have. And then if you could begin to pick and choose those, we will schedule those meetings. Are there any questions about our intent on the one-on-one discussions? Okay, well, perfect. Thank you for your support.
Jenny's got a question.
Jenny?
I just wanted to comment on what a good idea it is to do our input this year in that way.
Well, thank you. Any other comments?
And how is it initiated? Do we have to call somebody or they call us?
I'll send
No,
you
what-
the email. Lisa
Yeah.
or Matthew will call you.
Yeah, our intent is I'm going to coordinate with Lisa today to identify dates and times that the 2 of us are available for half-hour increments. And then we will send that out to the board, and the first to say, Tuesday, June, whatever works for me. We will just get you on the calendar. We'll set up that half-hour meeting via Zoom. Lisa and I will dial in with each of you.
I have a comment.
Sure, Bassie.
As someone who has gone through the process with Matthew and Lisa, I just wanted to also commend them for this idea. It's an excellent one. And I wanted to encourage every board member to take a look at the materials beforehand. Please just take a few minutes and look at it so that it can be a substantive discussion. I came away feeling really good, being able to, I felt heard, and I know they took the suggestions that I had seriously. I just have to say, Matthew, you're doing an excellent job as chair.
Well, thank you, Bassie. I learned from the best.
Oh, please.
Past chair, thank you.
So, yes, it's really a great opportunity for us to have insight and to have together build the kind of board and be representative the way that we want to. So I highly, highly recommend it. Please take it seriously.
Thank you, Bassie. Okay, well, we will get back to you with that email. It'll be on top of the note that I sent on Friday, and we'll continue from there. The next item is discussion items. I don't know that we have a PS I Love You update this month. Is that correct?
We do.
Oh, we do. Okay, please.
Thank you, Tom.
I think it's July. Oh, this month, Matt, I'm sorry. We had a meeting. July 13th is our next meeting. Everything is really in good order. We've gotten more, we'll have more food items this year. We're going to have a much larger crowd. Same course. If everybody has gotten a copy of the card, and it's being circulated at all the Akron races. So we anticipate quite a few more runners. Everybody has a role, awards, sponsors. Dan Stoyer, even though he's emeritus right now, he's still doing a great job of getting sponsors. And it's September 25th. We'll be ready.
September 23rd, we're looking forward to it.
23rd. Yeah, 23rd.
May I add something?
Yeah. Please.
Jenny?
Remember that we are, for the second year, the end of the Akron Promise series and the last race before the Akron Marathon.
Right.
And Joe worked really hard at getting that in place. And he and the rest of the active committee have done an excellent job.
Yeah.
Great point. And the fact that the YMCA is at the region level is the sponsor for the Akron the Akron Marathon Health and Fitness Expo the day before. That's going to give us some recognition as well. So thank you, Tom. The next discussion item will be the Friday at 5-ish debrief. We have a couple of highlights there and some discussions about the go forward plan. So I'm not sure who's going to provide that update.
I am very
Hey, Deborah.
apologetic. I do not have the updates that I would hope to have. I've missed our last meeting, I think because of being out of town and hadn't checked to our time. So hopefully Mel was present. If not, I'm not sure who can respond to those updates.
I can respond, Deb.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just a quick overview of the 2023 Friday at 5-ish earnings. The total revenue was on $22,320. Our total expenses were $6,368.96, which left us with a total net of $15,951.04, which was pretty good. In the debrief, we decided to change things up. We figured out a few opportunities we could go over to kind of help the person who will chair this event next year. And that's kind of just, following along year to year, year by year, step by step, just so we know what's expected of the person that is chairing and the person that is co-chairing, and what this event entails as far as details, because there are a lot of details to pulling this event together. So it was a learning opportunity for me, and I appreciate the opportunity to do this, as I'm sure I'm speaking for Deborah as well. It's just, I enjoyed that we could debrief and kind of, step back and look at things that went well and things that we felt that didn't go so well. So thank you, Lisa, and I'll turn it over to you.
So Melba, thank you very much for the overview, and Deborah for your support. It was a very successful program. I thought the debrief went really well, things that we can continue to improve on, but it was, again, very successful. And as Melba mentioned, we will be taking a strategic pause next year with the Friday at 5, and we'll focus our time and effort on the the regional gala, similar to the 150-year gala that we had a few years ago. We are going to be a key leader of the gala development for the Y next year. And then we'll re-up on the Friday at 5-ish in some shape or form in 2025. So we can give you more highlights about that as we move forward. Lisa, any other items you want to highlight on that?
No, I think we had a great recap, and I just want to extend my appreciation to everyone on the board and committee. Friday at 5 has been around a long time, and this gives us an opportunity by taking the pause next year to put all of our efforts, our thinking power, our manpower into the gala, so that can be a successful event association-wide. But I want to highlight that we will receive some of the benefit of the gala, since we as a board and staff are opting to support the gala in lieu of Friday at 5. So some of the fundraising efforts will come our way. So we won't be devoid of a fundraiser. We're we're banding together and doing an associate-wide event. And then it gives us plenty of time to focus on what should Friday at 5 look like? Should it have a new name? Maybe it shouldn't be Friday at 5. Maybe we don't do an auction. We do some kind of different type of event that's not as stressful. Procuring auction items has become tougher and tougher and tougher. So maybe it looks a little different, but we have plenty of time to support the gala and then have a mini group really looking into what could we be doing as a branch that provides support for our mission, our cause, but it's a way to grow and evolve. So I just want to thank everyone for your support of these new opportunities.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Okay, the last discussion item is our annual campaign. We had some progress over the past month. I think we're still off by about 5%. Is that number correct, Lisa?
Yes, yes. And when the executive board met 2 weeks ago, we were at 76%. But what our development office does is they send me a list of the folks who donated last year but haven't made a pledge this year. So our branch has been working on targeted asks to those folks, and that's how we've gone from 76% to 95%. So we've got about $1,200 to go. I have 2 outstanding asks. Certainly would invite you, if you know someone that would like to put their money to a good cause and help us close that gap, I would love to be able to do that before we reconvene in August. Yes, we're almost there. Yay!
Well, thank you, Lisa. Great update. I think what I'd like to do is to ensure that either in our August or September meeting, we put a specific agenda item to review our financials to date and our membership progress. So Lisa, if you could put that on the next agenda. I don't know if August will have time as we're meeting with Firestone as well. So maybe September, but one of the next 2 meetings. And then the last discussion item, or more of an FYI, you'll see it noted, our summer social. Julie and I are looking forward to hosting all of you and a guest at our home here in Hudson. The address is there on Tuesday, July 11th at 6 o'clock. We'll send out a potluck checklist of items that if you would like to sign up for potato salad or a dessert or an appetizer or something like that, it'll be on there. But that way we don't have 17 people bringing baked beans, which I love baked beans, but we don't need everybody bringing baked beans. But we'll send out that potluck and we'll get
I won't complain.
So we're looking forward to having everybody over here. It'll just be some dogs, hot dogs and burgers and a fun evening together. So with that, that gets us through the formal part of our agenda. I'll open it up to any final announcements and reminders. Open it up to the entire board. Any questions, suggestions, feedback?
A question, Lisa?
Thank you.
I just wondered how was in the last, say, since our last two meetings, how membership has developed, I mean, overall at Kohl.
I've been really pleased with membership. Summer's the time when we do have a lot of terminations, but excuse me. I think for even now in June, we're still holding pretty strong. And I looked at the association-wide membership reports for May, because remember we always are looking about the 10th of the month. We're looking back at the previous month, but the May reports were strong throughout the association. Especially so at Lake Anna with the 24/7. You know, they had it just a banner month, and on that, because we know that there's real value in 24/7. The Wadsworth YMCA is going 24/7 in September, Labor Day weekend, and then the Riverfront YMCA and Green Family YMCA have plans between the end of this year and next year. So the suburban branches will all be 24/7 by the end of next year, which is fabulous. There's so much value in that that really benefits everyone. This week, Tom, we have a Try the Y going on throughout our association for Akron Children's Hospital. And they're a very large employer. So we think that's going to help boost membership. So it's something certainly to keep our eye on. We know our summer months are going to be down. They always are. So that's not going to be out of line for us. People put membership on hold. They'll cancel and come back when the weather changes. But overall, I was really, really pleased with our May reports.
So Tom, it's a really good question. The membership report is in the attachments to today's meeting. That's what I do want to highlight and spend a little bit more time on in our August or September meeting, so we can walk through things like the membership, the new joins, terminations, retention rate, insurance groups, etc. So we can see where the membership is coming, where we're able to retain, and the financial impact of the various groups in the paying units. So definitely want to get that onto the agenda to do a deeper dive of at least 10, 15 minutes on our membership update.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. And if you do look at that report, we were very close to membership budget. More to come, as Matthew said, but if you have any specific questions about the report, feel free to email me. And then don't forget, our membership director, Tina Vaughn, is a great resource.
I know, pick up like the last 3 months or so, it seems to just, when you go there, you see more people. Like, and I went there all through COVID, and you can see it pick up. You just see it more full.
Yeah.
You see those social groups in the first floor more now. They disappeared entirely. Now they're back. So I feel like it's stronger.
Yeah.
I have one more thing, Matthew,
Say that again.
this is Jenny. I have one more thing, and it's keeping us on time helps if everybody kind of looks at the chat.
Oh, okay. I missed the chat there. I apologize.
That's all right.
I see
You have
7 of
other
them
things
there.
to do.
Okay, I have to read the chat sideways, so
Oh,
I'll have to take a look at it in a little bit then.
It's not necessary for today, but in the future, if we're remote, I think it really helps to use the chat. Now you're
Perfect.
sideways, Matthew.
Okay, I'm back. So again, thank you for the feedback and insight. I appreciate that. Thank you for using the chat. I'll have to figure out how to review the chat as we're going without turning my head sideways like that. A couple of reminders. Please take a look at that upcoming meeting request notice for the one-on-one discussions. You'll just pick a half an hour time, and then Lisa and I will send out a meeting notice. Please review the material in advance, just even briefly. And it's really just an open discussion to see, in your opinion, what's working, what's not working, how we can improve the effectiveness of the board. Secondarily, please review the strategic plan before the August meeting when we meet with Firestone to be familiar with the 23 to 25 strategic plan. And when the potluck email comes out, please sign up for something. And if there's something that you think is a favorite for a picnic and it's not on the list, add it and we'll go from there. So are there any final comments before we make a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Okay,
This is Jenny.
thank you, Jenny.
I'm not St. Bernard's Parish.
Okay, James.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of adjourning at 8:25, say aye.
Aye.
Right.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so with that, thank you all for another productive meeting. Thank you for your insights and support of our Y mission, and looking forward to meeting with you one-on-one and seeing you all in a month.
Thank you, Matthew, and
Thank
we'll
you.
have a good day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bless you.